Hello everyone and happy Halloween, at least in this process video, because it's not October, but I am in the process of scrapbooking all my photos from October 2022. So you're getting a Halloween video today, and if you saw my haul video from earlier this week, then you'll know that part of my haul was Halloween stuff, really cool Halloween papers from Crate Paper and some stencils that I got from Peacecraft Love. So these are 4 photos that were from last Halloween on Halloween night trick-or-treating, and I wanted to keep them all together. I think 3 of them were vertical 4x6 and 1 of them was horizontal 4x6. And I decided to do, since I had 4 photos, and use 4 photos was one of the prompts on my Paper Issues bingo card last month, I decided that I was going to use 4 photos and use this layout as, or to fulfill that bingo prompt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably not in the Paper Issues Friends and Fans Facebook group, and I would encourage you to be there because not only are there fun challenges every month, there might be bingo card challenges and really fun sales and discount codes that you will only get if you're part of that group. So check it out. All right, so I'm cutting this paper. I did look up at Pinterest, something on my Pinterest board, and there was something, there was a layout that I liked, and I can't think of who it's by, but I will try to have it linked down below. And it sort of makes a T-shaped design. And so I'm going to do that with my 4 photos. I'm keeping the horizontal one 4x6, and I've cut the other ones down to 3x4. So the 3x4s are going to make a vertical row, or sorry, a horizontal row underneath the 4x6, and then there's a vertical row going on behind there. So I've got multiple pattern papers stacking up here to make what I said before, a T design. And you could easily do this with 3 photos if you had 3 horizontal 4x6 photos. So put 1 on the top and 2 in the row below. You could even try it with, you could do it with 2 photos. If you had one that was a horizontal 4x6 and one that was a vertical, you could keep the vertical on the top and put the horizontal one down below. That's an option as well. And obviously these photos have washi tape on them, glittery washi tape, and that's because I'm just covering up the faces of the other kids for privacy purposes. So now I got to get my stuff stuck down here. I really like the texture, the feel of this cardstock. It's a little bit thicker than a traditional pattern paper, which is kind of nice. And it does have a little bit of a texture to it as well. I don't use this paper company that often. So it's nice to have something different. And I really like all the different Halloween designs that are in this paper pack. And then it also comes with the cut aparts as well as a sticker sheet, which is really nice. All right, so I'm just layering, or I'm lining up those 3x4 photos on some spiderweb. Oh, there's my head. On some spiderweb paper, or at least I'm trying to. For some reason, I don't know why this is, I could not get these photos, even though they're the same size, like I measured and cut, and they're on a piece of paper that has straight edges because it hasn't been cut. Like, nothing was lining up properly. So, and that was really frustrating. So what I'm going to do is peel off the 2 photos because I like the placement of the first photo. There's nothing wrong with that one. That's exactly where it's supposed to be. It's totally in line with everything. So I'm going to cut to make sure that I have a strip of pattern paper that is the right measurement. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to add in those other 2 photos. And for some reason, then it seems to work better. Things look lined up better this way. I don't know what it was. I honestly have no idea. Does that ever happen to you guys where you're like, why is nothing looking right, even though it's all the same size? I don't know. Sometimes that happens, I guess. We know what else happens. You giving this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it and you want to help support my channel. And you can also click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on other process videos. There's going to be the new Challenge Yourself reveal coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned for that, as well as my normal Tuesday process videos and other fun stuff going on throughout the month. If you've already subscribed, thanks so much for doing so and coming back and watching this video. All right, so I need to back the 4x6 photo with something as well. I like the sort of contrast between when you've got matted photos, and especially if you've got a dark pattern paper, matting it with something lighter, it just makes the photo stand out a little bit more. So I really do like matting my photos with something. Or if you've got a light pattern paper, using a darker color to mount the photos, it all works. It all works to stand out. And yes, I am cutting my double-sided adhesive squares in half to make them last longer. At the time of this voiceover, I don't have that many left. So I'm going to need to make me a trip to Michael's again to get some more. I know that somebody left a comment and said, you should buy 100 boxes at a time. And I really should. But I'm also not inherently wealthy. And I think 100 boxes at a time would be a bit much to put on the credit card. So I'm just buying them as I need them. And sometimes I run out and sometimes I make it. But that's the fun of scrapbooking, isn't it? You know, kind of living on the edge with the adhesives. Ooh, am I going to run out this month? I don't know. Yeah. So I'm also adding in a few stickers from, I think it was a Doodlebug collection that I got last year, I think. But I really like those stickers, and they were a really good fit with these photos. I think one said Google Friends, and maybe October 31st. Yeah, October 31st, because this was trick-or-treating Halloween night. We went to a different part of our neighborhood to trick-or-treat with a friend from school. And the section of the neighborhood that I live in, there are a lot, no offense to the old people, but there are a lot of old people, and they don't participate in Halloween. So, and you don't see many kids because there just aren't that many kids. And it's kind of like, oh, this is boring and sad. And I know a lot of people do trunk or treats as well. And we do that. You know, the school puts on a trunk or treat too. Honestly, we just try to trick or treat everywhere we possibly can. So we went to a different section of the neighborhood, and there were tons of kids out. It was like trick or treating when I was a kid, you know, in the 90s. So that was nice. And I'm sure we'll do it again this year as well. She got a lot of candy, and honestly, that Halloween candy bucket is still in our kitchen, and now it has Easter candy in it, and I don't think we're going to be I don't think it's all going to be eaten by this Halloween, because my daughter's the only person in the family now who can eat all this candy. I can't have chocolate anymore, and I can't have anything with dairy. Even if it was, you know, dairy-free chocolate, I'm not supposed to have chocolate because it has caffeine in it, which can upset my stomach issues. So that's fun. And my husband is gluten-free, so a lot of the candy contains wheat or gluten, and he can't have that. So, and he's not a big candy person anyway. He actually hates Halloween. So my child has to eat all this candy because it's just sitting there tempting me, even though I know I'm not supposed to have it. I hate looking at it. So anyway, Halloween is so much fun. Yeah, she'll eat candy, but she won't eat, you know, the good stuff. Anyway, isn't that all, kids? It's fine. She'll be fine. She hasn't had any cavities yet, so she'll be fine. I have to add in a journaling spot so that I can write down what's going on in these photos. And so I took a page of that Amy Tangerine paper that was also part of my haul that I was going to use for more of like the photo from visiting a scrapbook store last year. And I decided, since there was an orange circle on this Amy Tangerine paper, I was going to fussy cut it out and use that as my journaling spot. So there you have it. The title is Halloween, and it's made up of some banner sticker letters that were part of that crepe paper sticker sheet. So I love having pre-made titles like that. I've got a spooky tree sticker down at the bottom, and I will add in a couple other like little things just to kind of build out some of the embellishment clusters. I'm curious if you guys go trick-or-treating, if you take your kids trick-or-treating, if you did trick-or-treating when you were a kid, and if you have food allergies in your family, how you deal with getting candy that your children can't eat. It's one thing for me not to be able to eat it because I'm not collecting the candy, so it doesn't really matter. Sorry, I just hit my ring against the table, the glass table. Everything's fine. But if you have food allergies as a kid, it's really hard getting all this candy that you can't eat. So there's actually something called the Switch Witch. I'm not sure if anybody does that, but you collect the candy and then you turn all the candy into the Switch Witch, and she gives you like a cool toy, or I don't know, maybe some money or something else that you can use, and it's not food related. So that was a pretty fast layout. I hope it was inspiring for you. If you have any questions about anything, let me know down below in the comments. I will respond to you. And thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye.